When the chips are down, Australians are known for their courage and determination. This was certainly during World War II, when a tiny sloop from down under took on a massive flotilla of Japan's most powerful ships and emerged victorious. If you're a fan of military history, you won't want to miss this. So join us as we relive the epic tale of the HMAS Yarra, a small but mighty Australian Navy ship, as it goes head-to-head with fleets in battles that will be remembered as one of the greatest last stands of World War II. Welcome to History Flicks, where we rewind, magnify, and share the best war stories for warriors like you. From the deserts of North Africa to the Mediterranean, this Australian ship proved that size doesn't always determine strength and bravery. Keep watching this video to the end to witness one of the most incredible last stands of the war, as the Yarra's armament, including 3 4-inch guns and machine guns, put to the test against a superior enemy fleet. See for yourself how the Yarra's small size and agility make it a formidable opponent in this David versus Goliath battle for the ages. So, let's get started. You see, Australia may have been a small player on the global stage during World War II, but they certainly didn't let their size hold them back. From the deserts of North Africa to the Pacific Ocean, Australians gathered a reputation for being fierce fighters who never gave up, which is quite phenomenal. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at one of the most incredible last stands of the war, when a single Australian Navy ship, the HMAS Yarra, took on an entire Japanese flotilla. But what's so special about this war monster? Well, let's get to it. But before that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to History Flicks for more such amazing videos. Now back to the video. HMAS Yarra, a sloop of the Grimsby class, was launched at Cockatoo Island in Sydney in 1935. She was brand new, having been constructed to swap out the aging vessels used in World War I. While her 3 4-inch guns were designed for anti-aircraft defense at high altitudes, her 50 cal and 303 machine guns were more suited to close-quarter combat, and around 160 officers and sailors made up the ship's crew, which exhibited its great capacity. She did what she was destined for, and when World War II broke out in September 1939, the Yarra was sent to the Red Sea to join the British forces there. As a small vessel, her main role was to escort merchant ships on their journey from British India to Mesopotamia, where they would be delivering supplies and reinforcements for the war effort in North Africa. The Yarra was attacked by Italian bombers on several occasions, but thankfully the enemy never managed to hit her. In April 1941, the situation in Iraq changed dramatically when German agents successfully staged a coup and replaced the pro-British ruler with Prime Minister Rashid Ali, who planned to kick the British out of Iraq. The Yarra's small size allowed her to steam up the Shatt al-Arab River and provide fire support for the Allied landings in Basra. For the next month, the Yarra acted as a mobile artillery platform, bombarding Iraqi positions with her 4-inch guns and laying down suppressive fire with her machine guns. By May 24th, the landing forces had captured their objectives, and the Iraqi government was collapsing. The Yarra had fought her first battle, but the worst was yet to come. When Axis forces invaded the Soviet Union as part of Operation Barbarossa, Army Group South quickly swept through Ukraine towards the Caucasus. This posed a major threat to British holdings in Iran. The Iranian oil fields were a prize the British couldn't afford to lose, and German agents were active in the country, tolerated by the governing regime. Fearing a situation similar to Iraq, the British and Soviets jointly invaded. The naval contingent for this invasion was made up of whatever ships were available nearby, and the Yarra, being the most heavily armed, was included. On August 25th, the Yarra steamed from her anchorage at Basra to the Iranian naval base on the bank of the Shatt al-Arab. There, she attacked and sank the sloop Babr with 10 salvos from her heavy guns. When 2 gunboats fought back, the Yarra hit them with a hail of machine gun fire before drawing alongside and boarding them. Cooks and stewards, armed with rifles, went over the side and captured one gunboat after another. 90 Iranian and Italian prisoners were taken and thrown in the Yarra's brig. Over the next few days, the Yarra captured several shore facilities and an Italian freighter. With their naval forces extinguished and facing setbacks on land, the Iranian government accepted British and Soviet terms on September 2nd. But the Yara wasn't done yet. She was immediately sent to the Mediterranean to help resupply the beleaguered troops at Tobruk. The supply runs between the British naval base at Alexandria and besieged Tobruk were vital for maintaining the Allied foothold in North Africa. These supply runs, nicknamed the Tobruk ferry service by the Aussies, were carried out by scores of ships carrying ammunition and medical supplies and returning with wounded soldiers. But the Axis knew the importance of these supply runs, and U-boats and the Luftwaffe prowled the waters and skies in search of these vital convoys. The Yara played a crucial role in these supply runs, escorting merchant ships and fighting off enemy attacks. Her small size and agility made her a difficult target for enemy submarines and aircraft, and her armament proved to be a powerful deterrent. On one occasion, the Yara fought off an attack by 4 Italian torpedo boats, driving them off and preventing them from sinking a vital merchant ship. The Yara's most famous action, however, came on March 4, 1942. The ship was part of a convoy of 6 merchant ships escorted by the Yara and another sloop, the HMAS Parramatta. They were on their way to Tobruk when they were intercepted by a Japanese flotilla of 4 cruisers and 8 destroyers. The Yara and Parramatta, vastly outgunned and outnumbered, knew they had no chance of survival, but they fought bravely nonetheless. The Yara's captain, Robert Rankin, ordered his crew to abandon ship, but he and a handful of sailors, included Buck Taylor, stayed behind to fight to the bitter end. The Yara and Parramatta fought bravely, firing their guns and laying smoke, but they were eventually overwhelmed. The Yara was sunk, but not before she had inflicted significant damage on the enemy ships, and her heroic actions allowed the merchant ships to escape. The crew of the Yara and Parramatta paid a heavy price for their bravery, with over 100 sailors killed or captured, but their actions were not in vain. They had delayed the enemy flotilla long enough for the merchant ships to escape and reach Tobruk, and their sacrifice allowed the supplies and reinforcements to reach the beleaguered troops. Ultimately, the HMAS Yara and her crew's narrative is a tribute to the bravery and perseverance of the Australian Navy during World War II. Throughout the Red Sea and the Mediterranean, the Yara and her crew fought valiantly. Their last stand against the Japanese flotilla is considered one of the war's most gallant deeds. They may have been a small player on the global stage, but Australia punched well above its weight during the Second World War. But what do you think? Can the success of the HMAS Yara be attributed to the leadership and strategy of its captain, or is it simply our monster's magic? Let us know what you think about it in the comments section, and don't forget to watch one of our other videos on World War II right now.